Hey guys, GameBoy30 here once again with a bit of a strange problem in Forza Horizon 5. Ever since the last Xbox app update, I know it's the strangest thing. Maybe it's the game update, but I've noticed it since the Xbox app updated on Windows 10. The FPS will just continuously drop over time, especially in a race. So we're going to see if we can get our off-road drag car up and running in a tour here. Okay, that'll be fun. And we will take a look and see. Right now we are locked at 144 FPS, which is my monitor refresh rate. And we're going to go ahead, take the Steve Morris Pro Charger inspired Impala, and have we go. So we can see here, top right of our screen, we have a frame counter as well as a GPU percentage counter. So what you'll see here is that during a loading screen, 30 FPS, that's only using about 30% GPU power because it's not doing anything. What we're going to see during gameplay, ideally, would be just above 100 FPS, always at 100% utilization, or very high 90% utilization. There we go. Got it out eventually. But during a race, I've found lately is it'll just slowly decrease over time, the FPS and the utilization. So we're going to see if that happens here. I'm not sure if opening up the Xbox app is what caused it. I tried not opening it, and it still did it last time I tried. But we're going to take a look here. I do not have it open. So the big thing is really the percentage. If that just continuously goes down for no reason, then I guess you'll see what I'm talking about. And if it stays at 100% the whole time and nothing happens and I'm speaking to a wall, I won't upload this video and the channel will stay dead. Yay! Anyways, we're going to take a look here. Just some stock Lamborghinis, Paganis, Audis. So we should win this very easily. I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned about the FPS. 1920 horsepower Steve Morris Impala, ready to go. It is a maxed out engine with the Pro Charger. It's cool. Awesome. I don't have the AI starting in reverse in front of me, so you'll love to see it. I've got this cartoon pretty alright. No, it's a little bit stiff on flat ground, but it does survive the huge jumps of cross-country racing pretty okay. So that makes it alright for S1 cross-country. I think this is the most powerful, viable S1 vehicle you could use. There's other options, like anything with the Rimac engine swap, or the Pininfarina, not Ferrari, also getting 1800 horsepower. Electric. And I'm trying to think what else has really high power. Maybe one of the Nissan drift cars with 1900 horsepower. Maybe the BMW X5 or X6M Forza Edition, whatever it is, can get over 2000, I think, but that stays in S2. So for S1, I'm going to give this a little handbrake here and there. Get the front end to help get turned in. Take a nice line into here. Use the thickness of the car to get through that checkpoint. Some big jumps over here. But what we're seeing is happening. Take a look at my FPS counter. I'm only using about 70% GPU utilization, and there should not be a reason for that. My GPU is fine. I'm not overheating. I have a very powerful system. So why is it decreasing? Now you might think, well, 100 FPS is still fine. What are you worried about? Try hard, FPS snob, get out of here. No, it'll get worse. It gets way worse. It gets all the way down. The lowest I've seen is like 45 FPS on a system with a 16 gigabyte video card and a Ryzen 9000X3D CPU. Should be like 200 FPS average all the time, except I am capping my frame rate to 144 because I don't feel the need to just bake the GPU all the time. And you can see here, it's like slowly decreasing. Right now we're at about 60%, high 50s. It's just going to go down and down, and the GPU FPS will go down as well. This is the weirdest bug I've ever seen. I have no idea what could be causing it. I've tried to hit repair on the Xbox app. One thing I've also noticed is that I can't seem to get like frame generation working, even though that should be like driver side, not game side. I don't know. So if I go over to settings video and uncap my FPS, you think, okay, now it's time to go. Now it's time for high FPS, but no, uncapped. My FPS is now 80. I'm only using 23% of my CPU. Only using 50% of my GPU. What is going on? And I have done a fresh reinstall of the drivers, like factory reset. And now my FPS is down to 60. I'm getting weird audio crackles. Getting down to 40% GPU utilization and 40 FPS just free roaming. What is happening?
Turn right.
I don't have frame generation or anything like that on. I'll show you here. Don't have any MSAA, no scaling, graphics, ray tracing is off. I do have everything on Ultra, but it should be more than fine with this kind of a video card.
You have arrived at your destination.
So let's take a look here. We're now down to 50% utilization, 50 FPS. Let's go. And remember at the beginning where we were locked at 144. I've dropped 100 FPS in 5 minutes. How does that work? It would be one thing if it just showed 50 and 50% utilization, but still ran a high FPS. But no, it is like it's feeling and looking like it is at 40 FPS. Now I feel like I'm playing with frame generation turned on with the input lag. Need to do all my turns and inputs solid half second or so before I actually see any results on the screen. It's awful. Down to 35 FPS. Oh boy. I actually got the bounce right here for once. Maybe I should always play at 30 FPS. Because you get a nice bounce into that turn there to get a tight checkpoint. But no, the FPS is getting worse, down to 30. I'm surprised I kept that straight off the jump. GPU utilization down to 20%. If my system was overheating, my GPU fans would be a jet engine by now. My case fans would be on fire, and my computer would optimally be in the next house over. But nope, it is continuing to drop. 25 FPS. How low does it go? Getting that cinematic experience now, huh? Ow. Maybe I could have avoided that if I was above cinematic experience. Yeah, if I was in a more populated lobby, or in a lobby with better players, I would absolutely be dead last. I just phased through that wall back there. I think the game collision mesh is also just breaking down. Somehow got a good turn every lap though. Not the best turn, just the first lap, but you know. .20 FPS, let's go. This is just painful. And am I showing my whole screen? I can show my whole screen. I'll show my whole screen. So if I go up to my Radeon profile up here, and go here, we can see my CPU, 9000 X3D, best on the market. GPU, I'm not sure why it's not showing, but it is the 6900 XT. And I have high GPU temperature. I don't know why the clock speed is so low, but that's also like part of the issue. You can set high power limit. Just don't know what's going on here. If I go over to gaming and, you know, show here, if I do the fluid frames, I'm not sure what'll happen with the recording, but it doesn't do anything. So I'll pause the recording and get back to you. Frame generation on. And I don't think it'll do anything. Frame generation act. Oh, you can't see the overlay. Why can't you see the overlay? Dang, never mind. But frame generation is on, or it says it's on. Doesn't look like it's on. Yeah, any... Like, okay, there is... Maybe... I feel frame generation being on a little bit, but you certainly don't really see it that much. Like the... Like anything that you'd expect with frame gen, like the very, you know, noticeable duplication of objects. does not really seem to be appearing. So yeah, I'm going to back out of this lobby. I don't want to ram anybody off the road. What is going on, Forza team? Why my game performed bad?